your name?
My name is Jennet Maylas, ma'am.
Okay. How old are you?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you, Janet?
I'm already 28 years old.
Okay. Are you married?
Not yet, ma'am.
Not yet. So you don't have children?
I have children, ma'am. I have two children,
Two children.
boys and girls. Yes, ma'am.
How old are they?
My daughter is already 7 years old, and my son is 10 years old.
Okay. What can you tell me about your educational background?
My educational background, ma'am. I studying in college. Studying in college, madam. I took caregiver course.
Okay.
And now I'm studying unisex hair cutting and massage therapy while I'm waiting for my applying.
Okay. And what can you tell me about your working experience?
Yes,
Do you hear me?
not really, ma'am. It's something
It's
noisy. Yes,
noisy,
ma'am.
yes. What can you tell me about your working experience?
Way back 2011, ma'am, I worked in Taiwan, Taipei. I worked there for 2 years. I finished my contract. I worked there as a caregiver. But after that, when my employer was passed away, there I work also for babysitter for 8 years old girl who have a problem autism.
Okay, for how long?
I worked there, ma'am, for 2 years. I finished my contract there for 2 years.
2 years.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Tell me more about your duties with the child, about your
Actually,
daily activities.
being taking care of a baby or kids, it's not easy. But if you are giving more motivation, loving, and caring, for me, being a mother, it's very easy.
Okay. Please describe me unusual day of work with the little girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Please describe me unusual day of work with this
Wait,
girl.
I woke up 5 o'clock in the morning. I prepare for her meal, breakfast. I'll give the, I send here in the, take a shower in the morning. After that, I will give her exercises in the morning. I'll going in the park. After that, I give food for the breakfast. Then giving some things, writing, reading, something like that. And sometimes I give massage also.
Okay, what kind of food did you give her?
It's depend on my employer, ma'am, because I'm not the one who prepare food for her. The boss already give food for me and give it to her.
Okay. Do you know how to cook?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of food? Filipino dishes?
Ah, yes, ma'am. Of course. Some dishes when I was in Riyadh, also when I was in Qatar, I know a little things. I mean cooking because my employer also teach me how to cook some dishes.
Okay, so besides Taiwan, you work also in Qatar?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Way back 2013.
Okay, with this little girl with autism, you work in Qatar?
No, ma'am. That one is from Taiwan, Taipei, ma'am.
Okay, so let's take your first working experience.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell
Again.
me about your first working experience. Was the one in Taiwan as a caregiver?
Yes, caregiver also, ma'am, and babysitter.
Okay, and you worked as a caregiver from 2011 to 2013?
Yes, ma'am. That one is another country also, ma'am. I work in Qatar, a minister of Qatar.
Okay, just take one by one, okay? So in Taiwan,
Yes, ma'am.
as a caregiver, you worked from 2011 to 2013.
12, ma'am, 12.
12. Okay. And then from 2012 to you worked as a nanny with a little girl.
In Doha, ma'am.
Okay, so in Taiwan you work also only 2 years as a caregiver.
Yes, caregiver and babysitter also. Because, ma'am, the first time when I got in the Taiwan, my employer was passed away. The policy of the Taiwan, you should go another employer because they cannot hire you. So they can give another contract for another employer. That's the policy of Taiwan.
Okay, so you stayed 2 years in Taiwan.
Yes, ma'am.
And for how long you were a caregiver?
In Taiwan, ma'am,
Yes,
for almost 1 and 6 months.
1 and 6 months. And as a nanny, 6 months.
Yes, ma'am. That one is from Doha, Qatar.
No, we don't understand each other. You told me you stayed in Taiwan from 2011 to 2013 and you had 2 jobs this period,
Yes, ma'am.
as a
Yes, yes.
caregiver and as a nanny. You told
Yes,
me
ma'am.
you worked as a caregiver 1 year and 6 months,
Yes.
and as a nanny, how long?
For that one, for 6 months also, ma'am.
6 months. Okay. And after that, in 2013, you went to Qatar.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What did you do there?
I applied there, ma'am, as a caregiver. But my employer sent me for their auntie restaurant for that experience for in the restaurant. After that, when I passed the interview, they bring me in France.
Okay. So in Qatar, you worked in the restaurant as what? What did you do in the restaurant?
Actually, ma'am, I'm all around there. Service crew, washing the dishes, helping in the kitchen.
Okay. And how long did you stay and work there?
They give me there, ma'am, for 2 months. After that, when I pass the exam, the training, they bring me in the France. Then when I got in the France, ma'am, I taking care of their 2 kids. Their name is Khalifa and Ali.
Okay. How old were the children?
Khalifa is 4 years old boy and Ali is 2 years old boy.
Boyan. 2 years. Okay. And for how long did you work in France?
Actually, ma'am, my visiting visa is all for 2 months only, but I stayed there for 1.5 because I have to exit and go back to Doha.
So you stayed 1 year and a half in France.
No, ma'am, no. 1.5 month, 1.5 months.
Okay, okay. I see. And then back to Doha,
Yes, ma'am.
and you stayed there for how long?
I stayed there, ma'am, for 2 months because I applied. My friend of mine gave me that job only for almost 7 months. But my employer wants to find me another employer, but I decided to exit because my contract is already finished.
Okay, so in Qatar, you had a contract for 7 months.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a little bit unusual. Why not 2 years, or why only
No, ma'am.
7 months?
No, no, ma'am. I signed the contract for the formality for 2 years. But when the employer called me way back before, the job is only for 7 months. That's why I took that job.
But why didn't you stay more with them?
I'd like to stay with them, ma'am. They really like me also. But the people that I relieve is already there because that girl is already pregnant. After the delivery, she came back in the Doha.
Okay, and why didn't
That
you work more in Doha?
that is their policy, ma'am. That's why I need to follow their policy. Even I applied for there as a caregiver. When I got there, I didn't expect that they send me in the restaurant. But for me, ma'am, there's no problem. I am the kind of people eager to learn more new things.
Okay. There were any problems between you and the employer?
We don't have any problem. We're separate in the good condition.
Okay. And what did you do after finishing Doha?
I come back here in my country, taking care of my kids
Okay.
like a normal mother.
Okay. And why do you
Eh,
want to go abroad again now?
Being a mother, mom, being a mother, all mother wants to give best for their children. I'm eager to earn money for their future.
Okay.
That's the reason I want to go work. Even it's very hard for me to go somewhere to leave my kids. And that's for their future.
I understand. Tell me, why didn't you try to find another contract in Qatar to stay more there?
Mom, yes.
Why didn't you try to find another contract in Qatar to stay more there?
The policy in Qatar, ma'am, it's very different from another country. If you already finish your contract, they need a lot of papers to find a new employer. And besides, they use my visa.
Okay.
That's the reason.
Okay. Tell me, what kind of educational activities did you have with the children?
When I was in the France, I already tell to them in a nice way that you should respect your parents all the time. You
Okay.
should listen what they telling. And also, my employer, most of the time she live with me, the kids, because I have a lot of things teach them how to read and how to write, coloring. Sometimes we're doing playing in the garden, playing puzzle, something like that, ma'am.
Okay. What else? Did you read them books? Did you sing to
Yes, ma'am.
them?
Yes, ma'am. My employer always give me the new books for their kids. Need a lot of things to do, exercises like math, something like that, ma'am.
Okay. And what kind of games did you play with the little girl in Taiwan?
Actually, ma'am, she's not really like a active, normal kids because she having autism. She's not like a normal, but she's not talking like a normal kids. But I try my best to to treat like her like a normal.
Okay. Did
I give her pens, yeah, to her pencil, uh, trying to teach her how to write, just like an exercise.
okay. Did you see?
Because her hand, ma'am, is rigidity. She cannot control her hands. That's why you need to follow her. You always need to teach her.
I see. Did you see any improvements after you
Yes,
finished your
ma'am.
contract with them?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
What? Can
I
you
did.
tell me?
She can move by herself how to eat. Unlike before, unlike before, it's very hard. But now, ma'am, I can say, and also my employer, thank you for everything. There's a lot of improvement.
Okay. Do you have experience with newborn children?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any experience with newborn children,
Yes, ma'am.
but not with your own children?
Yes, ma'am. Way back in Doha, ma'am,
Okay.
before after my shift in the restaurant, But my sister-in-law of my employer always asking me to go their house because that one is 2 months baby. That mother is she's working. That's why there's nobody can taking care of the baby. But that one, as I remember, 3 times a week.
Okay. And what were your activities related to the small child? What did you do?
Feeding her, giving bath, taking a shower of her,
What
uh,
kind
change diaper.
what kind of food did you give her?
She, for what, ma'am?
What kind of food did you give her?
Ma'am, she's only 2 months old baby. So most of the time milk only, ma'am.
Okay, milk. What did you do when she was sick?
Excuse me, ma'am.
What did you do when she was sick?
I always consider, ma'am. I always consider the follow of my the order of my employer. I am not the one who decide by my own. But if as a mother, I have an experience. So I give always the first aid if she has sick. And by that time, if I think there's no improvement, I will always inform my employer.
How do you give the first aid to a child who has
First of,
high fever for example?
especially, ma'am, I need to take the temperature.
Okay.
If I see the temperature is too high, I always give a, warm water with a towel. Then I will like that to her face and the body, so the fever will go down.
Okay. And when do you inform the parents?
We actually, ma'am, we have a communication over the phone.
Okay.
We always calling what happened like this. Everything will fine like that, like that. That's why we always communicate.
Um, Regarding the household chores, you were the one cleaning the house, doing the laundry, ironing too?
Yes, ma'am. I am expert because I love to clean, ma'am.
Okay. Um,
I love to clean.
on a scale from 1 to 10, how good are you in ironing?
I can say, ma'am, 7.
Okay. What kind of job would you think it will be suitable for you? What would you like to do?
Based on my experience, ma'am, I'm willing to knowing more a lot of things that for helping my experiences. That is the most important for me, ma'am. You need to be more reliable
Mm-hmm.
for initiative for everything and to give more satisfaction of my employer. That is the main goal.
But tell me, what would you like to do to take care of a small child, of a bigger one, to do the household? What kind of job would you like to have here?
Ac- Actually, ma'am, taking care of kids and there's no problem, ma'am, if I'm doing household. I want to make myself busy.
Do you prefer to take care of bigger children?
Yes, ma'am. No problem.
Okay. For how long would you like to stay and work here if you'll be selected?
As long my employer want to stay with them.
What if your employer will need you for 10 years? Would you stay 10 years?
Of course, ma'am. It's that one, ma'am, is it's just like a grateful opportunity. There's no one can give like this opportunity.
Okay. And who will be taking care of your own children?
Sorry, ma'am.
Who will be taking care of your own children if you'll be
My
away?
parents and my sister.
Okay. They're in good condition? They don't have any
They're
medical problems?
No, ma'am. I raise them well. Even I'm in the another place, I always talk to them that what I'm doing now is for your own good, for the future. That's why their mind is always, uh, they know what I'm saying. There are, there are good.
Okay. I was asking about your parents, if they are good, if they are healthy.
My parents,
Yes,
ma'am,
yes.
they're good, ma'am. They're good. They're good condition. There's no problem.
What about your medical situation? Do you know yourself with any problem?
No, ma'am. 2 weeks ago, I take some tests to make sure that I'm healthy. There's no problem, thanks God.
Okay. How would you like to spend your day off?
Actually, ma'am, for now, I'm not interested because when I was work in another place, I don't, even my employer want to give me a day. I just want to stay in the house. Because if you're going outside, you spend, money. My goal is to save my money.
Okay, so if your employer will need you in the day off, are you willing to work and gain some money?
Of course, ma'am. And if there's no important outside, why should I go outside? Much better to stay in the house.
What are your hobbies, Janet? What do you like
My
to
hab
do in your spare time?
Actually, my habit here in the Philippines, always cleaning, taking care of my kids. Actually, my neighborhood, they don't know me. If someone looking for me, they're just looking for my husband before me. Because I don't like going outside.
Okay. But you are married? You told me you are not married.
I'm not married, ma'am, honestly to tell you.
Okay, but you told me about your husband just a few seconds.
I can consider ma'am live-in partner.
Oh,
But of course, for the eyes of my kids, that is my husband.
okay. So he will be taking care of the children too.
Yes, ma'am. We are good family,
Okay.
oriented family.
Okay. And what is your family saying about your decision to leave again? What is your partner saying?
Actually, ma'am, he has work, but the financial is not suitable for the daily needs. And also, I like to work money. I have a lot of things need to do, especially the study of my kids. I want to give the best education. That is the most important for me.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, ma'am.